laptop, it's having a problem. So I'm
Okay.
going to be sharing my slides on the phone.
No problem, so long as you can see.
Okay. And in just a second.
Yeah, so as James is preparing or preparing his slides, for the rest of us, for the family, we know what to do. If your guest is not here, you can invite them. Take a second or a minute. Actually, a minute is too much, but yes, just to bring on board your guests. As I can see, James is sharing his screen. Otherwise, you're most welcome.
Right, I believe my screen can be seen.
Yes, it can be better if you tilt it.
Let me do that.
Yes, that's better. That's better. Yeah.
Okay, I have to cope with the phone. I don't normally use the phone. So good evening, guys, again, and welcome to today's session. I'll be your presenter tonight, and my name is James Gituku, as you can be able to see on the screen. My background is in journalism, and I'm also a health and fitness coach and a business coach, leading an amazing organization called the Golden Dynasty. And just a little bit of my story. I came to know about this amazing business back in 2018, around December, from an online stranger who told me that, I can show you to make an extra income. Now, that moment, I never had an income. I was looking forward to, joining school, and I had seen being a last born of four. I'd seen the struggles of my siblings when they're going through the school and always asking for money, and they're given chores and all that. I never liked that life of you have to really fully depend on your parent. And you see, once you get your ID, I believe you're in a position where you can actually make some decisions and you can be able to lead your own life. So I was looking for independence. That's something that I never had. And if you don't have money, really, we can't really say that you have independence. You'll have a lot of time to do so many things, but at the end of the day, if you don't have your own money, it makes it hard. So it's just looking for a way to make an extra income. And 5 years later, I've been able to enjoy the money. I've been able to enjoy the freedom that comes with now choosing to do what you want to do when you want to do it, because you make your own money. And that gives you a position where you can now be able to decide, whether I'm going to follow my career, the career path that I was pursuing, or I have to, to venture into business and other things in terms of investing. And that is the kind of, I would say, freedom and options or choices that it has given me. And I believe that, many of us here, we have different dreams, we have different goals in life, we have different things that are pushing us, that are motivating us to be able to look for an extra income. And that is all in regards to the challenges that you're facing every day. First of all, probably in the work, you're in the corporate sector. We're talking about working longer hours. It's almost hitting Christmas, and it's this time that you hear people telling you that I'm only given off day for, I don't know, one day. That is the Christmas day, and they have to come back, by 27. They have reported that their jobs and everything, they have been given a lot of work to be able to do before you close the year. I don't know, that might be you. Another thing is longer commutes. Probably where you live and where you go for work is very far. I know of some people who wake up very early in the morning. That is around 4 a.m. They are up 5 a.m. They're already beating the traffic, and you getting to home. They are probably leaving the office at around 6 p.m. You find another traffic. That means these are not people who get to see their sun anywhere. They never get to see light in their homes, unless probably it's on a Sunday and they are not working that day. Mm-hmm. Another thing is lack of job security, and that's a major thing. That's a very major thing. If you look at our own country now, the people who are in the formal sector, I don't know. I'm not so sure about the figures, but from whatever I was looking at, when just the other day there was a poster, or rather information going around that the number of Kenyans who are getting paid 100,000 and above, it has risen to, was it 300,000? And I'm looking at how many Kenyans adults, how many adults. Let's even look at how many people vote or take voters registration. That's over 20 million probably last year, the last election, 22 million. If you have over 30, or probably, I don't know, adults who are already having identification numbers or identification cards, but there are no jobs, we're only talking about 300,000. It's not even a 1% of what you're supposed to be having. So that means it's something that is so big that needs to be addressed. Another thing is pension options. I don't know, but we have had or seen cases of people, you worried, am I going to return or to go back to Shago and start figuring out my life and bothering my kids? I don't know, maybe you're in that position, or someone who is in that position, or you get to a position now, you're retired, but you can't even access your pension funds. It happens, and that is happening in our country. Another thing is increased cost of living. That's the truth. That's the order of the day. People are complaining about the economy, something that 1,000 probably 5 years, 6 years, 7 years back would look like it's money. But right now, just it's like breathing. You breathe in, breathe out, 500 is gone. Even 1,000. I don't know how much or what you can really buy when you walk into a supermarket right now with a 1,000. Something that you can be able to, to call something that you can eat or do whatever that you want to do. Another thing is substandard housing. You see, all these things pile up all together. When the cost of living is high, when you're working for long hours, the pay is small and everything. Now people also tend to come up with substandard type of housing, because also the people who are building these houses, they're investing, they're also in business. If you can't be able to afford, big bigger materials or expensive materials that will come up, we have substandard that people tend to be packed up in one place. Another thing is substandard transport. That's another thing. You're looking at the kind of transportation, the kind of vehicles that are also getting used in the roads, more so here in Nairobi, in urban area. A car, it's I don't know, the state is, it's not even roadworthy, but it has to be used because, first of all, many people want to go to their jobs and they don't want to get late. Another thing is debts. That's another thing, a big thing. And if you want to look at debt, look at from the country at large all the way down. It's a huge debt there. So that means that debt has to be paid. Who has to suffer? Who has to go through the pain of paying this much money? It's now every other citizen, and that is me and you. That's why you get now you're also in debts, which you keep on borrowing, or you keep on borrowing to pay another debt. That's a bigger thing that is affecting so many people. And that makes you ask yourself so many questions. First of all, did I even make the right choice? Where did I go wrong? Where did the rain start beating me? Yeah, did I go to the right campus? Did I do the right course? That's why now you get back to school, you start doing other courses, you go and pile up so many courses, and you find that the job market is the same place or in the same place. And very few get that upper hand of, growing or, achieving success in the career in the corporate sector. Very few people can go and become CEOs and get paid big bonuses. You're asking yourself about your rich uncle who was to support you once you finish school. They never take your call. Probably they blocked you. And then there's your boss now, who is probably someone that you don't like, because probably they boss you around a lot, and they are probably not, good people. We are looking at the life in general now. That's why people get to even question their own life, and that is a big thing. You get someone says that I've given up with life. People, that is happening a lot. In fact, currently it's happening a lot because of the economy and everything, and that is where we have to think of better ways of, you know, dealing with life's issues, dealing with circumstances, dealing with the economy. Because one thing is that there's no day that the economy can favor everyone. That means you have to somehow work and have your own economy that you can be able to make your decisions, and something that can support your growth, whether there's a good political, what would I call it? A good political, I'm looking for that word, climate or anything, but you can be able to decide how you can be able to, have, let me say, freedom in your life. And that is, we're looking at the needs that now you have. You see, we have seen the challenges, and you still have to work every day because you're looking for more time. We're looking for a way that you can travel. It's actually holiday. You've probably been trying to save the whole year. You want to travel somewhere, you want to buy a new car, you want to buy a car, you want to have some extra cash just to have financial independence. We're looking at now clearing and be debt free, to create a pension. Just pension, I mentioned pension, it's not a must that you are employed. Pension is also probably, you have an insurance policy that you're saving for your kids, or you're investing in money market fund, you're investing in land, you're investing in properties, whatever. That's a pension, by the way. We're talking about, you want to have freedom, that you can be able to work from anywhere, working from home, becoming your own boss, and then you're in a position where you can help others. I know that is something that is also, not so good, that, you have people who you wish you would help, but then yourself, you're having issues, and you wish that you wish you could have more that you can be able to give them. We're also looking at success now, fulfillment, getting recognized, and, more wealth, whatever that means to you. And then you're talking about health. That is a big thing. That is a big need that we need to be able to take care of. That is better lifestyle and a healthier way of living, in a way that you're not working every day to just go and start treating a disease in 5 years from today, or start, taking care of your family in terms of, footing hospital bills. You want to be in a position where you can be able to, afford a good lifestyle that you can be able to give your family. And that is where we go to these statistics in Kenya. An average income in Kenya is 74% salaried, get less than 50,000. And that's the truth. Because if you're celebrating that there's a 15% increase of people who earning more than 100,000, and we're looking at that number is around 328,000, not even a million, there's a big problem. Eh? And that is where we need to look, and need to be able to think, you know, in a different way. And that's what we're talking about. There has to be a better way. We have so many things that you can be able to do, besides a job or just doing a traditional business. A traditional business is where you just, wake up tomorrow and you say that I'm going to, to start a small business. You can even start selling clothes. You can start by selling food, have a small joint, anything. That's a traditional way of doing business, which means it doesn't give you that much, I would call it freedom, that you can be able to grow, because mostly you're going to be the employee, you're going to be the employer, the employee, you're going to be the accountant and everything in that business. And sometimes that gets you off guard. So that's where we have an opportunity, that we tell you that your dream, our plan. And that's what we call forever living products. So you're asking yourself, who is Forever? And what makes Forever Living Products a different company? So first of all, Forever was founded back in 1978 by this amazing gentleman that you can be able to see here. May his soul rest in peace. And he said that we will create a profitable environment. Read with me this one. Although you cannot open your mics, but you can be able to read with me. It's our mission statement, that we'll create a profitable environment where individuals can, with dignity, be what they want to be, where integrity, empathy, and fun are our guides. Underline the word profitable environment, with dignity, integrity, empathy, and fun are our guides. We'll create and cherish a passion for and a belief in our company, our products, and our industry. We will seek knowledge and balance. And above all, we will be courageous as we lead our company and its forever business owners. That's the mission that Rex has. And the vision was, he was looking for a way that he can be able to help people, earn an honest living, because he says he had a philosophy of, the fact that one of the greatest sources of illness in the world is an empty wallet. And that's very true, because when you have an empty wallet, even if you got an emergency, you got sick, you got something that needs to be urgently taken care of, you can't be able to do that, because the wallet doesn't have money. So when you have money, let me say, you're in a better place to make choices and be able to deal with things differently. So what does Forever does differently from any other business, in terms of business? Now, for business people, I want you to be very keen. If you've been involved in any business, you're going to see the change. So there's the traditional way of retailing or doing business, where, because now we're dealing with something that has to come from the farm, growing, We go to a manufacturer who has now to go and process the products and everything clean. Then we have a wholesaler. Wholesaler is typically what you get to see in places like in Nairobi. We have wholesalers in Yamakima area. We have wholesalers in River Road area. And then we have retailer. Even the supermarket that you go to, actually, that's a big retailer. And then we go to consumers now. You see, a dollar is being allocated in every single place here because we have something that we call there's a middleman in between. There's that farmer who is farming, sugarcane in Mumias. And then there's the manufacturer, the Mumias Sugar Company, probably. When the sugar is done and everything, it has to come to a wholesaler. There's a bigger wholesaler of the sugar in Nairobi area alone, where even the supermarkets go and buy from. Then we go to the retailers now and the consumer. All these people have to take money, but they're not really adding that much value. They're not even adding value, from the wholesaler down there. They're not even adding value to the product, but they have to get paid. So what Forever has done different, it has done away with these middlemen in a way that Forever is doing everything all the way from the growing to the finished or the final product in a way that you and me as the consumers and also the retailers of the products get to enjoy the money that could have been going to these middlemen. That's why you're not going to see Forever Living products in a supermarket. You're not going to see them in billboards. You're not going to see shows in televisions or radio stations, and you hear products being pitched there. You're not going to see all that. You're not going to see road shows talking about the products, but you're going to hear from me and another person who probably invited you here. That means the money that could have been going to all the other sectors to promote, to go to the middlemen, it's all consolidated to come to you now. That explains why you're going to see that we have generous margins of profits. So you get the only way now that you get to distribute, you become a consumer. You can now direct to your consumer directly, or you can be able to, to service all the way to your team member, because once you join, you have a way that you can be able now to deal with your customers directly. And when you build an organization around that, you get that money is being channeled from you to these people directly. That means you can be able to have a way that you can make more money. You have a control in terms of the pricing and everything. And as Forever Living Company, we are the world's largest aloe company in terms of planted aloe. I know when you're seeing this picture, you can already pronounce the word aloe vera in terms of, or in your vernacular language. We have seen this, but it's not planted. It's not that is something that just grows wildly. In our place where I come from, we feed we used to feeding aloe vera to chicken when they look like they're getting sleepy. And also I remember we used to treat a wound. If you got a cut or anything like something like that is itchy, you would apply aloe vera, and it really helped in terms of clotting of the blood, and really helped in terms of healing the wound very quickly. So aloe is something that we know, and the benefits, we know them. We also have global success in 165 countries in the world. That means you're not just going to be in a market that is starting up. It's already set up. It's a brand that is already known. That makes it easier for you to be able to market your products, because you're marketing something that is not just a come up. It's something that has already been there. We're also financially stable and debt free. That means the company doesn't borrow, doesn't use investors from out of the company to do anything. You get that now guarantees you that there's going to be the stability in terms of how we do our things. That explains where we have been there, since 1978 to date, because it's a company that is privately owned. We're also socially responsible. That means we give back to the society. Mm-hmm. Apart from just having distributors like me and you who are going to be, moving the products, we have a way that now, there are people who wouldn't really be in a place to even enjoy this kind of business. They are very vulnerable people. We know that in the society we go, and children's home, people who are facing drought issues and all that. So the company has a Forever Giving, a foundation called Forever Giving, where money is given, contributed by everyone in the company, and that is given back to the society. And we actually be able to enjoy this in Kenya. That is back in 2019. The food came all the way to northeastern, where people were facing hunger. And these are some of our leaders in Kenya who are actually packaging these food back in Sweden, Stockholm. So in terms of taking care of the vulnerable people in the society, we are check. And then we're also talking about environmentally responsible. That means we do not test our products on animals. That's why you have this seal on your left hand, cruelty free. And then we also have this seal that is called Aloe Science Council, the certification from the Aloe Science Council. Now, this is the council that now regulates every company that is dealing with aloe vera products to make sure that whatever that you're giving to the market is something that is, pure, something that is safe for human consumption. We have that seal. That means we were actually the first to be registered with that seal. Now, given that we're actually the world's largest grower and manufacturer of aloe products. So what we do is forever. We grow, we process and manufacture. That's what I was talking about. We have something that we call now, we are vertically integrated in a way that every process is controlled by one farm. That is Forever Living Products on its own. And that's why I'm going to take you through this short video just to look at the plantations we're talking about. So when I tell you that we're the world's largest grower, what I actually mean, because these are over, I don't know, very, very, very huge tracts of land that is planted by Forever Living Products. Take a look. Big up, big up. And then you also we research and develop our own products. That means we have, top scientists who make sure that whatever that is going to come up or to come out of these ingredients, the aloe vera and everything else, is something that's going to be pure, something that is high quality, goes through a lot of tests. And that's why we have this Forever America that I'm going to just a short clip to show you how we process the aloe and everything, so that when you tell you this aloe is something that is okay, the vegetable species, it's good, you can be able to attest to that.
I am Jim Bogus, Manufacturing Manager for Aloe Vera America. I am responsible for the compounding or blending of the products as well as the packaging. We work together with engineering companies to design this custom packaging and blending equipment, and it was a $5.5 to $6 million investment. Forever Living Products is willing to make such a sizable investment because they want to be here for the next 30 years. They want to be here for the next 100 years, making the highest quality, safest, most efficient product possible. Our distributors can be confident that we have the highest state-of-the-art equipment for their products. FOP is going to redefine the industry. As a matter of fact, we're doing it now. We're always moving forward, so we're succeeding.
So that is to boost your confidence that you're partnering with a company that is very safe. It's a company that is very confident in terms of, marketing, or no, not marketing, but in terms of, investing, to invest in quality. That means you can walk with your head high knowing that we cannot be able to compromise in anything in terms of product, in terms of the marketing plan, in terms of anything that you can think of in terms of business. And then you're asking yourself now, James, you've shown us the products you're talking about. You're talking about the company and what makes it better in terms of, the profit margins and the model of doing business. So do we have, are these products marketable? Do they have a place in the marketplace? I'm going to show you what we deal with. We deal with personal care and skincare products. I do believe you can chat on the chat box, although I can't be able to see that. I do believe that you brushed your teeth in the morning. You applied a lotion, you applied a deodorant, a lip balm, an extra skincare. Today it's on a Sunday, it's on a weekend. There's someone who was doing what we call a skincare routine. And even men these days, when you walk into a barber shop, the days are long gone when you're just, being sprayed spirit and all that. No, these days they hata unaulizwa, do you want some, what do we call it? Scrub, moisturizer and all that. And you get, there even people who walk in with your products because that's where the world is heading. We have to take care of ourselves. You have to look good, you have to smell good. That means it's something that you use on a daily basis. What you're going to be doing is just switching to a better or switching to another brand, which is, I believe we have very good products. And that is an industry that is worth 560 billion globally. I'm talking about all the products. When you go to those shelves in the supermarket, you can see so many brands, and every brand is being marketed. They're all making money. Now we are in that category, which is a $560 billion sector. We are also in the weight management. That's another industry that is coming up because with the lifestyle that people are living these days, eating junks, eating unhealthy, living a sedentary lifestyle, the people get to a place where you need to lose weight. That's why when you go to the fitness industry, you can't even walk or go past a kilometer in any estate or in any area without finding a gym. I don't think there's a place that lacks a fitness gym anywhere, a fitness center in the urban areas. Mostly we do have them everywhere, and that's an industry that is worth 142 billion and growing every day. And we have amazing products that help you to jumpstart that process of losing weight as you're working out, as you're looking for your for healthy lifestyle. There's a good way that you can be able to detox and clean up your system so that now your system can be able to absorb nutrients, can be able to to cleanse itself. And that's why we have this amazing C9 program. Probably you've seen it before. We're also in the nutritional and supplement sector. That is another sector that is worth 182 billion globally. Many other times you walk into a hospital and you're having some issues and your doctor tells you, you need calcium, you need vitamin C, you need zinc. When you had COVID, people are being told you need to take vitamin C supplements and zinc. And that is when we are actually making a big, huge amount of money because people are looking for a vitamin C. So we in an industry that people need on a daily basis, because even if you say that you are eating healthy, you are supplementing, you are taking the greens, you are taking the fruits and everything, most of them these days are GMOs. That means whatever that you could be getting, you are supposed to be getting from an orange, you can't get it in enough quantity. You can get it, but it's not enough. That's the word supplement. Means you have it, but it's not enough. So we come and supplement it to make sure that your body is balanced. And that's why we have diseases actually come from an imbalance in the body. And then we also have this Vital 5 pack that you can be able to do that. So now what do we do as business owners now? Me and you, when you get to partner with this company, first of all, we use the products. You become your own best customer, because something that you don't use, first of all, you can't even believe in. And you can't be confident enough when you're talking about it. Someone will ask you, what makes your tooth gel? We have an amazing, what we normally call in the larger community, we call it a toothpaste, but ours we call it a tooth gel. So someone will ask you, what makes it better than all the other 100 or 200 brands that are in the market, that are being marketed in the TV? If you don't use it, you can't really have that story, because what we sell is, we sell stories of transformation, stories of something that you enjoy. You sell your excitement. You can't sell something with excitement that you don't use. So the next thing is, we share the products now. You can see the word that it's not selling, it's sharing, because you can't share what you don't use. So using is number one. The using is there for a reason. I know, because you get, when you're partnering with a company, you're like, do I have to use the product? Yes, you do have to use the products, because how is your neighbor going to know about them? How is your sister, how is your colleague is going to know about them if you don't use? So talk to people about the benefits, and then develop 20 to 30 regular customers. You develop a customer base that when they talk about brushing their teeth, they call your name. When they talk about whatever they're using on their bathroom, they can call your name. When they talk about that skincare routine that they're doing on a weekend, they know who to talk to when those products run out. They're not going to be working in a supermarket with the trolleys pulling other brands, because you have built that trust, you've built that relationship with them, and they know why they need to use this brand, and they've become loyal customers to you. So that means every now and then they're buying something from you. Then you can be able to build a team of users of products and sharers of the same products. So you can have a team that you can find your 5 key people, not a million people. Just find 5 key people, 10 key people. You can grow these numbers. These numbers can be able to grow, and all you need is just be able to coach your team now how they can be able to develop their own customers and also to find their own 5 key people. What you're doing there, you're growing a community. You're now going to be growing a business within another business. That's what you're going to be now calling, the team that you're going to come up with, an organization, because typically it's like a franchise. You're building an organization within another existing organization, which is Forever Living Products. So once you use and share the products, we're talking about the retail business. If you have roughly 15 to 20 consumers who are buying from you on a regular basis, we're talking about an extra 25,000 to 40,000 in your pocket. So I want you to look at it this way. What can an extra 20,000 do to you? Now, when you just partner with a company, probably you're doing it part-time or full-time, whichever, and you get a way that you can be able to have regular customers who you are servicing on a monthly basis. That is an extra 25,000 in profits. That is something that you go walk in, a friend, just the way you are invited here. Probably you saw an advertisement, or probably your friend invited you in this meeting. It's the same way. If they sold you a tooth gel, they could have made a profit, but they have decided to show you the business where you can be able to also make an extra income. So if you go ahead and build a small team of users and sharers of the same products, a team of around 15 to 20 people, we are looking at a monthly income of around 80 to 150,000 per month, and that is doable. So just look at it. It's all about the hard work and the volume that you're able to pull. If you can be able to talk to enough people, if you can be able to coach them, if you can be able to be a good leader who is teaching, using, and sharing of the products, you can be able to achieve such an amount. That's just an estimate. There is no cap of how much you can make. And that doesn't mean that just because you are building a small team, you'll see 80,000 immediately. No, it's something that you get to grow as you grow your skills. But the beauty is the person who introduced you here, they're going to be your direct mentors who are going to be helping you to a point you can even now go ahead and build a larger team. Building a larger team, you're going to be developing what we call, team builders or team leaders, people who can be able to do things on their own in a way that it looks like it's an investment, sort of, in a way that you have built someone, and they've become so resourceful or so independent that they can actually be able to do things on their own without you having to monitor and lead every time. That can give you now what we call I'm looking for that word. Sorry. You can be able to build money that comes in even when you're not supposed to. You don't even have to involve yourself directly, and that's what we call that word. It's going to come up as I'm able to continue. And then you can be able to enjoy more once you get to to develop a bigger business. The word is residual income. That word was evaporating from my mind. So you call it residual income. That's the income that keeps on coming even when you're not actively involved in terms of the activity. So chairman's bonus, that's actually another part of residual income, in a way that you have been earning every month, but the company looks at you and you've been performing well. That means you've been changing many people's lives in terms of health and lifestyle and everything that comes with it. You're given an extra check at that 13th check of the year. Even in the corporate, we know something about bonuses. If you've been performing well, you can be able to receive something. Now that's what we have here, and that is a very generous bonus that you get to achieve. And apart from that, we have incentives or other rewards where you're able to be given an extra 40 to 80,000 for the next 3 years when you qualify for this incentive. That is money that you can decide whether you want to buy a car, you want to build a home, you want to pay school fees, whichever that you want to do with it. But it's branded Forever to Drive because most people run for the want to buy a car, you want to have some flexibility, you want to probably upgrade your fast car that you have. Anything that you want to do with the money, you can be able to do that. So some of the people actually go ahead and build their their parents' houses. And we have Judy here who went ahead, used the money to build a house for their mom, because I think they had already bought a car. So you can be able to decide what you want to do with the money. That's Mombi who has built. It's already complete. Sorry, I've not updated that picture. Yeah, it's already done. I think the mom has already moved in. So you can be able to do anything that you want to with with this money. We have Christine who has gone ahead and now invested. This is what I was talking about now, pension. That's already a pension she has already done for herself. She was to decide to retire, akona mahali pesa inaweza toka mahali ingine, and you can be able to see that's a holiday home in Malindi. And we're also talking about given you remember the word fun. We were talking about having fun. Now it's not just about looking for the money. You want also to enjoy and read the world, or read several chapters of the world, because we say that if you have not traveled anywhere, you're just reading one chapter of the whole book. But when you get to travel, you're given 2 tickets, fully paid for. All expenses are paid for. You're even given an extra cash for spending. So everything is sorted for you, and you're able to enjoy different cultures, where now you can be able to go and interact with different people from different countries who are doing the same thing that we're doing. And actually, when you're going for these trips, one of the trip that you go is to receive now the chairman's bonus that I was talking about, the 13th check. It's not done locally. You can be able to travel and enjoy different destinations as you get to interact and learn from different people. Here's a very short clip of showing you just the kind of fun and the interactions that you're able to get to enjoy when you qualify for this particular incentive. Yes, that's forever for you in terms of having fun and enjoying different cultures. And we have 2 trips coming up. That is going to be in Paris, in France. That is going to be in April. Then we have another one that is coming up in Ket in Thailand. You can be able to qualify for these incentives. The person who introduced you here, they're going to tell you how you can actually be able to travel and go and enjoy these trips in Thailand and France. So what are our success factors? When you're looking at now, how do I become successful in this business? Work hard is constant. There's nothing you can actually achieve in this world without working hard. That has to be there. The next thing is think big, think beyond just the normal. Have something that you think, sometimes you share dreams and you're like, one day I'm going to do this, and someone is looking at you like, is that possible? Can that be done? No, be that person who thinks about extra things, about humongous things. Be a big thinker. That's what I'm trying to say. Then get together often. We have trainings, we have meetings every day. Like tomorrow we have a meeting. On Monday we meet physically in offices in Nairobi, where we get to learn skills now. How can you be able to to show up in the marketplace looking like a professional networker, looking like a professional business person, not looking like you want to push people to to join your business, to buy the product from you, not looking like you're desperate. How do you show up like that? All these trainings are there. How do I talk to people in a professional way? And then the next thing is, be bold about this opportunity, about the products. Build that confidence around it. No one should tell you anything about the products or the business. And then enjoy the products. Then be consistent. That is your success description in this business. If you can work hard, think big, interact, attend trainings, events, learn, be bold, enjoy the products, limitless, be consistent with the activities, then you have already carved your way to success. And that's why we tell you that decide to start, because your decisions determine your destiny. We're ending the 2024 year. And where you're ending is actually because of the decisions that you've been making. Probably there's something I don't know, maybe you had you had envisioned that you are going to start a business, you're going to, to start a side hustle, you never started, and you are looking for a way that you can even travel, you can have saved some amount of money to even start something. You don't have it right now because you never made the decision to start. You made a decision not to start. Actually, not starting is also a decision. Not making a decision is also a decision, by the way. The same way we say that silence is also some sort of a communication. So if you decide to start, you are already starting, you're going to be making a very beautiful decision. I can assure you that. When I look at the decision that I made back in 2018, partnering with this company, it was one of the best because I'm looking at where I could have ended if I never made the decision. I don't even know. I couldn't be anywhere because there are so many opportunities, and an opportunity when it strikes, it will even come through a stranger, someone that you don't know. It can come through a sibling, it can come through a neighbor that probably just moved into a place last month, and apparently the neighbor invited you to come here. I don't know, you found yourself in a matatu, in an event. That's how God gives opportunities. They don't just come. Like, you will pray for something, you look for something, but sometimes it just comes in a very quote unquote abnormal way. I don't know. Mine was just from a stranger. And you see online, it's very easy to to ignore an online stranger, someone who just comes into your DM. You don't know them, you have never followed them, they have not followed someone that you know. They're from nowhere, but somehow you just respond to them and they're positive, and that simple DM, that response just changes your life. I don't know how you can explain that, but that's a miracle to me. So how do you get to join your business? How do you get to start your business now? We have several ways. First of all, you can start with your Start Your Journey pack. That is a discounted package that has one of our fast selling or fast moving products. But then you can still decide that I want to have a stock of tooth gels only. I want to have a stock of C9s for the weight loss only. You can be able to pile up that to 7,146, or a half a stock of 33,000, a quarter stock of 17,130, or a minimum purchase of 10,278. You can be able to decide start with what that you have currently. But the one of the fastest way, that is now to help you to go to what I call the wholesale price, because as you're getting started, you're going to be enjoying a 5% discount or a 5% profit upfront immediately once you get your number, and registering is free. You don't have to pay anything. The only time you pay any amount of money is actually getting a product in exchange, that you go and move and get money back and use the products and get to enjoy the benefits. So you can be able to decide whichever that you're going to work with. That is 2cc. You're given 2 months to be able to do this. But if you want to go very fast, as I said, it's all about the dreams and the goals that you have. If you want to go very fast and very quickly and actually enjoy a very good discount, go with the 51,452. The person who introduced you here, they're going to give you more details to help you to understand the marketing plan. This was just an introduction to what we do, but the coaching, the guidance, there's someone who's going to hold you, not just the person who introduced you here, but even for us, the larger people who support each other. We have these trainings to help you grow your skills, to learn about the products, what are the benefits. If someone asks me what or why should I use your product, what do you tell them? You're going to learn about all these things. And we have a forum like this one where you're trying to introduce your friend, but you don't have much details, much experience in terms of explaining the opportunity. You can be able to leverage on us. There's what we call a time machine. A time machine is where you can be able to leverage on people's experiences. You're just 1 day, 1 week old, but there's someone who is 10-year old in the business. That means they can talk to someone. They can hold a meeting talking about the products, and you invite a customer, and they're able to learn more than they would learn from you because you don't know much. That means you can be able to have that support. We support each other. That means you're joining a community that is going to help you to grow, that is going to root for you. We are going to help you to learn about all these things. But all that, you are the X factor. If you decide that you're not going to learn, then you cannot be taught. But if you decide that you're going to be green, you're going to be ready to be coachable, you're going to attend trainings, you're going to be very positive, you're going to be receptive. If you're told, let's do this, you do it, and even ask for more. That's how you get to grow into the business. Otherwise, allow me to be the first person to welcome you into the business and wishing you all the best as you start a journey that is going to lead you to a very, very beautiful destination. Back to you, Emmanuel.
Thank you, James, for that awesome presentation. You've really shared from your heart, and I want to believe that the guests in the platform have been inspired, are ready to begin. They're motivated by what they've heard. And like you've said, in case somebody has a question, they can feel free to always go back to the person to share the link with them for more clarity. But from our end, we're willing to support them, or rather, we will support them when they come on board as we work with them in this beautiful journey that is Forever Living Products. I don't think we have any questions, so I will shift gears to